I am Julie, Julie and Stitches 16. You have found my Flosstube channel if you are new, and if you are returning, welcome, welcome back. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be chatting with you today. This is a Flosstube channel, so I primarily talk about cross stitch. However, I do dabble in a multitude of other crafty endeavors. Knitting, crochet, sewing. You just never know with me where the crafting world is gonna take me next. I practice multi-craftivism. I always make an excuse. This is gonna be a little awkward for a second, and then it will flow, I'm sure. I always make an excuse as why it's been so long since I recorded, and I told myself I'm gonna stop doing that. I had planned on recording last week, and that got away from me. Oh, it was my son's birthday. So it was up and down. Plans were up and down. Then I thought, ooh, leap day, that'll be a good day. So on Wednesday, which was the 28th, my dad had to go in for a follow-up scan. He battled esophageal cancer. I know I've talked about that before a couple years ago. And we won. Knock on wood, as far as we know, but last summer when he had a follow-up CT, they saw a nodule in his right lung. So not concerning. They wanted to follow up in 3 months. So they did that, and it grew, but only slightly. So they still wanted to watch it. They didn't want to jump to any conclusions or do any invasive testing. So on Wednesday, that little bugger had grown almost double. So when you have a concerning mass in your lung, and it grows, they assume malignancy. He has several other chronic health conditions that may not be conducive to them biopsying, so they are going to make the diagnosis of lung cancer at this point, and move forward with a treatment plan. My dad is tired. He is the bionic man. You could pretty much call him the $6 million man at this point. Knees, shoulders, hips, back. New heart valve few years ago. Esophageal cancer. Half of his colon removed. Hemicolectomy because they found masses which were benign at the time, but he has half of a large intestine. He's just been through it. Hard, a lot due to his work ethic. He was a electrical lineman for 43 years. And this just a testament to who my dad is. Hours awake, 24, 48 hours awake in ice storms and after tornadoes, and drove to work to help other crews in Iowa and across the Midwest because, and he will tell you that he needed to do that, his job, and help so that the single mom with the 2 kids or the elderly couple at the end of the road would have power in the wintertime or after the storm. Okay, so anyways, we are going to battle. So, again, Thursday I was sad. Friday I was mad. Yesterday I needed to do some self-soothing, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. And today I'm ready. I was over there this morning. His oncologist is amazing. they called to schedule him an appointment at the end of March, and his oncologist is like, no, next week. We need to get everything rolling. It's an amazing team of oncologists at UW Healthcare System in Madison, Wisconsin. Very, very happy with them. So Wednesday morning, we have a team meeting. And this is a team. I think but this is a team. We're our family and his doctors. We're a team in this fight. So if you have an extra, if you pray, if you send positive vibes into the universe, if you just have an extra second to give that to my dad, in your prayers, or in your positive vibes, I would appreciate it. In this community, I know there's so many people fighting so many battles. And I'm thinking about all of you every single day. Yeah. Okay. So that's why I'm here today. I'm here today. Onward. Fight. Battle. I'm ready. Got my gloves on. And I'm just going to say it. So if you got kids in the room, plug their ears. Fuck cancer. Thank you for letting me get that out. Okay. So, life, bird, babble. I'm going to kind of put those things into this as we go so that I can get on, because it has been a while again. So I have fear this will probably be a long one. You guys are used to that by now, right? Thank you. I got to 500 subscribers. See, I can't even say it. I'm so excited. Thank you. Whip Parade season, I know, brings some new people. So thank you for being here. I love you all. I love spending time with you. I love this community. I'm glad that I did this. If you're still on the fence and you don't think you should, please do. And if you have a Flosstube channel and you have subscribed to me and I don't know and I'm not subscribed to you back, because I would never intentionally do that, please leave me a comment. So I've always, when people say that, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna, I'm too modest. I don't want to tell people, but do, please. We're all looking for stitchers to be friends with or to share with. So please comment. Please. I want to see you. I want to help you. I want to support you. Okay. And a special shout out to Eli. Eli got dinner last night. He was my 500th subscriber. Full disclosure, Eli is my son's best friend. You all know Jarek from my Whip Parade. If you don't, go watch my Whip Parade and you'll meet Jarek, my goofy kid, who just turned 20, by the way. The teenage years are behind us now. Oh, that sounds so weird to say. We have no more teenagers. We have two 20-year-old, a 20 and a 26-year-old. Crazy. Life just flies. What I've been up to. Oh, I'm going to share. I have some shares. I'm going to share some goodies with you guys for being over 500. I promise. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. I'm excited. I love giving. I love giving. Love it. What I've been up to, I went to Cross Stitch Club on Valentine's Day. That was fun. I got to spend some more time with all the ladies there. Jamie from the Pink Stitcher. I did a Zoom meetup with the Needle Minders, which is Sarah Modcross, Nithya Daybreak Stitcher, and Miriam Marumi Crafts. If you're not watching them, what are you doing even? Like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Go watch them. Anyways, my friends, we had a Zoom meetup, and that always fills my cup, overflows my cup. I love them. I love them. I love them. I have been enjoying seeing everybody that's joining in on #Motif a week. So fun to see all of your progress. New Flosstubers. Oh my gosh, so many. Well, new to me. Maybe not new to you, but new to me. Number one, in no particular order. First, mentioned, the HathawayStitchers. Amity and Aaron From the first like 30 seconds I was watching these sisters, Northern Kentucky by Iowa, Iowa, geography is hard. Ohio, because I know their LNS is keepsakes. LNS stands for local needlework shop. So much in common with these sisters. I haven't figured out how to get rid of that yet. So much in common. They're so fun, funny, good humans. So many projects. I will talk more in a little bit about a SAL that they're hosting now for the second pattern. And it is the most fun, brilliant idea. All I got to say to you, lady, is birds and words. Go with birds and words. Let's go. I don't know what we're going with that, but we're going with it. You should go with it. Birds and words. Jen's fiber web, also very similar tastes and patterns. Great channel. She does a variety of stitching. I know we say that, right, about a lot of people, but full coverage, Quakers, so many different genres. I like being exposed to new things. You never know when you're going to enable me. That's why I watch a wide variety of people. She was the first person that I heard mention, that I learned about Long Dog Leap Year or Long Dog Leap Day. There's a plethora of hashtags, and it was starting a Long Dog sampler on Leap Day on February 29th and finishing it by the next Leap Day. And I'm like, a 4-year finish goal. I am in on that. I know they're huge. So it just feels realistic for me. So I'm in. Frala Knits. Again, she is stitching a beautiful Ukrainian piece for my hashtag CCC with Julie SAL, which next year I promise, if I do a birthday hashtag, I will make it so much less confusing. But thank you guys for playing. Thank you for playing. CCC stands for Cause, Community, Culture, and what I asked people was to pick, and you still can join in anytime. I think you can just CCC SAL at all times because it's important. Pick a designer that's also passionate or a part of that cause, community, or culture and stitch a design from them. Birds are always appropriate. Most cross-stitch designers love birds. I love birds. It is a culture. Birding is a culture. Okay. Just found the runner stitcher, actually shouted out my next Flosstube mention, Yoshitles. He is by Houston. He's in Texas. Houston or Austin? Houston, I think. Yoshi, I love you. I love watching you. So Yoshi has this is his practice with cross stitch. He starts a project and then puts the model, the front cover away. He doesn't want to see what it looks like, because the fun for him and the motivation for him stitching is to see it come to life without looking at what it looks like. And I listened to that concept when he was describing it and thought, no kidding. That is a great idea. I don't know that I can do it, Yoshi, but I can see how that is so motivating. He does a lot of big BAP full coverages. So he is motivated to get those next threads in so he can see what's coming next, because he may have forgotten what it looked like. Fun. That is so fun. Yoshi, fun. And thank you for blessing us by making a Flosstube. I'm enjoying. I'm like on the edge of my seat to see. I love seeing your excitement about your projects. Next is upcoming sales. Katie, the peacock stitcher, and I was watching one of Katie's last Flosstubes, and she showed this pattern that she had in her stash, and she mentioned that she wanted to start it soon, and I messaged her and said, well, Katie, I have that pattern. Why don't we do it? So that we came up with that. Well, why not then just make a hashtag and do a sale? So if you have the Tiny Modernist day signs, which, hello, why did I buy this? You guys know this. If you don't, I love Southwest aesthetic. I love the desert. So we on April 1st are going to start day signs by the Tiny Modernist, and we are going to call it hashtag day signs start along. Day signs start along. Easy cheesy. Because in April, right, April showers bring May flowers. Well, maybe this year, because of the wackadoo season situation we're having, it will be April sunshine. Days get longer, so let's celebrate that by stitching some day signs. So me and Katie, the peacock stitcher, join us. The next one that I'm going to do, and I will insert a picture here, and this was my first and should have been my only market buy, but that didn't happen. This is In Praise of Pollinators by the brilliant Janine McGowan, Blue Flower. Laura HathawayStitchers is going to host a big girl sale. She called it in her last Flosstube an actual grown-up sale. She called it a grown-up sale with deadlines and all the stuff. She is doing us the favor and the kindness of outlining, I think, 9 parts, Laura, if I remember correctly, breaking it into 9 parts, and we will stitch a part a month to make it manageable. And I am so excited because, this pattern doesn't happen too often, but it happens. So I got myself a big girl sewing machine. One of the things that I want to do to learn to sew better is more sustainable, using like thrifted fabrics or cut up clothing, or more sustainable, like to make purses and bags, etc. Anyway, so I got some cork. And I took my project that I finished for Allison from Cross Stitch the Globe's birthday sale, her hashtag Princess birthday sale. This was Slavic Swamp Man from Stitchy Princess Black. And I tried to use one of my fancy stitches on my new big girl sewing machine and put him on the cork, put them on the cork. And then I made a little lined zipper bag that I currently have a surprise project in, so I'm not going to show too much, but I love it. It was not hard to work with the cork. I think, like, if it cracks, which it will, that just is part of the aesthetic of it being cork, so that does not bother me at all. I mean, I'm not picky anyways. I love the look of fraying projects on the edges when you mount them on something. And I have really been, you'll see, I've really been feeling green and yellow lately. I must be missing football season. So that was my fully finish. Oh, what am I wearing? I'm just wearing a shirt that says Kind Words, Wild Places. I can't remember if I got this as like a fundraising thing on a website, or if I just bought it because it says Kind Words and Wild Places. I mean, what's wrong? There's zero wrong with either of those things, correct? My other February finish was that was my only fully finish. My first February finish was my Stitch for Pride motif of the month. And we, did I already show this? I didn't. I couldn't have. No, our artist was Kahindi Wiley. This was the piece. The learning took us through a journey learning about Kahindi and his artwork. Kahindi is known best for his magnificent, amazing, stunning portrait of Barack Obama, where President Obama is seated in the floral like greenery in the background. Kahindi's artwork is mainly portraits of black, brown-skinned individuals in these brilliant floral greenery backgrounds wrapping around their body. It's just beautiful. Please, if you're not familiar with Kahindi, please go look him up and look at his brilliant artwork. So here was my thread floss interpretation. I wanted to capture that greenery, and then I saw a lot of purple and blue florals. So I picked a couple of cottage garden threads for this that I thought would work well with what I was envisioning. And we have Marches came yesterday. Nope, Friday. I don't remember what day it is. So I will be working on those as soon as I get done with you. And I'm excited. My next finish, speaking of D from D's 20 Stitches, they are the organizer of Stitch for Pride. So every month they send us a pattern and learning materials. This year's focus for Stitch for Pride every month is an artist in the queer community. And I already did the learning for March, and I love that artist. Thank you, D. I mean, I say it every time. Thank you. And thank you, D, for this pattern. Thank you, D and Kari, for this pattern, Toonies. And go back and watch my previous videos. I was lucky. I was a lucky loon to get this pattern. Here is my finish. Here's my finish. So I don't know if you can see, but I ended up using some Etoile for the baby because I thought that baby deserved to sparkle. That baby needed to sparkle. Maybe now you can see a little bit. I love them so much. I love them. So that's Toonies. No idea what I'm going to finish it into. I never know. I really am a process stitcher. And I get to free the floss. I get to free all my Canadian and 1 DMC flosses. And my Canadian bag from Sheba Designs can now be filled with another Canadian project. Right? Which, no, I don't have in my plans to tell you about this time. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. We'll see when we get there because I can't remember. Okay. So February finishes were really dedicated to D. D, my finishes are for you. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Also in my Flosstube mentions Hoop It Up with Jan. Another Jan, Hoop It Up with Jan. She has a wall of positivity. So here, because I wrote it down. Next to her bed, she has dubbed it the wall of positivity. So it's the first thing she sees when she gets up in the morning. Like, it's on the side of her bed where she rolls out of bed. And she has put all of the inspirational, motivational cross-stitch pieces that she has stitched on this wall, and she calls it the wall of positivity. And Jan, imitation is the highest form of flattery, my friend, and I am going to copy that. I am going to imitate that. I love that idea so much. And maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking like right above my computer here in my office, this wall is blank right now. That would be the perfect spot. My craftivism pieces, the pieces that I stitched for friend, you know, that remind me of friends or that my friends have designed. That's what I meant to say. A wall of positivity. Coming soon to a wall near me. Thank you, Jan. All right, hashtags of the month stitching. I'm changing things up a little bit because I don't know, it just made sense to me this time. So the first hashtag of this, not month necessarily, but between the last time I filmed, is Year of the Dragon SAL. Hashtag Year of the Dragon SAL. The only dragon pattern that I had was Ink Circles Elemental Dragons Water. So I found, first I knew I wanted to use this floss. I've been dying to use Classic Colorworks Bejeweled in a pattern. And then I saw that I had this scrap piece of, I don't know who dyed it, and I don't know what colorway it is. And I said, tone on tone. Tone on tone, my friends, and it's upside down. Tone on tone. However, when I thought I was starting in the middle, I really wasn't starting in the middle because, pro tip, when you fold over the selvage, you lose a ½ inch from the middle. I mean, I was going to have non-existent borders to begin with, and I was okay with that. I'll figure out something to do. It doesn't matter to me. But now I won't, because I would have to stitch into the selvage. So I am going to only do the middle. I'm just going to do these dragons swimming around the little ship in the middle and call it a day. And that is my Year of the Dragon SAL. I may do this pattern again sometime on a larger piece of fabric. Oh, wow. Poop happens. Yeah, poop happens. Okay. So that was hashtag Year of the Dragon SAL start. So again, no idea of the fabric. I think I got it in like a scrap bundle from Live and Die LA. I bought like a Ort or scrap bag from them. That was a hair. I was like, what is floating? What's floating? Hashtag Birb Box 2024, because now I can freely talk about it since everybody has officially received their Birb Boxes. And the one pattern that I had to start immediately upon reception of said Birb Box, Jessie from Mislaid Pages. Each year they put together the most fantastic, awesome box cross stitch that I've ever received. I missed last year's. There was no way I was missing this year's, and I am here to tell you. Cam, I commented, Cam the Stitcher, you get the Birb Box next year. I will send you reminders, my friend, because you don't want to miss this. So my first one, oh, of course. This is Marumi Designs, my friend Miriam, Oddball Feather Pants the Third. And if you did not want to stitch this for the design itself, which is incredible, look at that oddball Birb, then you need to stitch it because the name is Oddball Feather Pants the Third. So of course I asked Miriam right away, will we have Oddball Feather Pants Junior and the grandpa? Like, are they coming too? Because I want the whole family. I want the kids. I want the dog. I want the hamster. I want their pets. I want the whole Oddball Feather Pants the Third family tree. I want them all. Oh my God, I love them so much. So this is one of the fabrics that we received in the Birb Box. It's called Thrive. Jessie dyed this. Jessie dyes their own these are Jessie's fabrics. Why am I taking the longest way around saying everything today? Well, I usually do that, don't I? And this is my start on Oddball Feather Pants the Third. And when you say the name of this pattern, you have to say the whole thing. That is the rule. I am saying it is so. Oddball Feather Pants the Third. And look at those brilliant. Oh yeah, we got the Dinky Dyes silk. Sorry, I forgot about that. In the Birb Box. So each of the patterns, I believe, uses these or some of these. And I think Miriam did the most fantastic job of incorporating these awesome silk colors into this pattern. Thank you, Miriam. Oh, yeah. You'll be seeing a lot more of Oddball Feather Pants the Third because I can't stop. This is a bag by Goose that I got at Cross Stitch Club in January when I went for my first time to Primitive Gatherings. She makes very, very, very nice bags, and she has a shop on Etsy, so please go check her out because she is also a good human, and I will talk about that more later. Next, hashtag Fab4FanSale. Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globe and I started a sale for the BlackBird Design Magical Mystery Tour pieces and dubbed it the hashtag Fab4FanSale. There is also another BlackBird Designs Magical Mystery Tour sale going on right now with Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot and Peg, and she is on Instagram, and I will link them below along with their hashtag. Their hashtag is hashtag BBD Magical Mystery Sale. I hope I got that right. Magical Mystery Tour Sale. Here it is. So yeah, Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot and Peggy, and I will link them both below. So please, if you're doing a Magical Mystery Tour pattern, please tag us and them and use both the hashtags because I love that these patterns are being celebrated right now. Love it. So we started this, well, I kept going on this on February 13th, which was the day that the song Strawberry Fields Forever was released by the Beatles. And that, my friends, is the progress. Oh, I should probably show you the pattern, huh? I just assume everybody loves the Beatles and knows about these. This is the pattern. I will be charting words, I believe, in the house because I'm not a big fan of house stitching. But I need to put some lyrics in here somewhere. I haven't quite figured out where yet. Maybe the fence, but I really love that fence. Maybe in the bricks. I just don't know. Soon come. Soon be decided. I am using, this is a Nicholas Flamel fabric. You can find him on Etsy. It's 40 count. It was in a pack, so I can't remember the colorway name. I just don't have a lot of information today, do I? I do know that I'm using the stress relieving, petable, lovely, soft Victoria Clayton HDF silks that I have floss dropped on Atom, like Atom the particle, Atom Heart floss drop. Long Dog Leap Day. Long Dog Leap Day. So I heard about this through Jen's Spiderweb, and then I, spread the word. And I posted this on Instagram. I have posted this, and there is a Long Dog Facebook group. So on February 29th for Leap Day, Leap Year, Long Dog Leap Day, Leap Year Sal, I started Fish and Ships. I've wanted to do this, start this pattern for a very long time. I always thought that I was going to use a Night Stalker's Calling thread that I had ordered a plethora of to have for this pattern. However, my friends, when I received my fabric of the month for January, December from Bestitch Me, that plan quickly changed, because this, my friends, is Blue Moon. And that, my friends, is perfect for this pattern. And that is a blue-footed booby from Mad for Minders. Because everybody should have a blue-footed booby in their life. One of my very favorite birds. So there it is. There is Fish and Chips on Blue Moon from Bestitch Me, using Dinky Dyes in the colorway Natural, because I knew that I would be able to get more of this. Again, Adam Hart thread drops. And I love it. So, leading up, I said, I need me a bag that has sea creatures, because the only other bag I have with sea creatures is housing Yellow Submarine. So I went through my fabric, and I have a string, and I did not have enough to make like the same fabric on the front and the back. So on the front I had gotten a scrap pack. Again, I don't know where. I like to get scraps of things because I just believe in reduce, reuse, recycle. So on the front we have blue lobsters, not red, blue lobsters. On the back we have batiqued seahorses. And on the inside we have some blue to match the lobsters and some sea-ish, Caribbean-ish colored to match the seahorses. And I love it. I love it. It was fun. Okay. Oh, well, and then I'll talk about this for a second, but I can't show you. I can show you the pattern only. So this is Secret SAL. Is it hashtag Secret SAL? HathawayStitchers again, Amity and Aaron. And they just finished one and now started a new one for this pattern, Ink Circles Garden of Zig. The rules are, you cannot use anything that's called for. You have to pick your own fabric and your own flosses. And you cannot share. You cannot show pictures. So the first rule of Fight Club is you can't talk about Fight Club. And let me tell you that I did not know how hard this was going to be to not talk about it. Like, that's it's really weird. There's a group chat and somebody said, "Ooh, I picked my fabrics and flosses," and the first question, the first thing that comes to your mind is, "Oh, what did you pick?" Can't tell you. The first rule of Secret SAL is you can't talk about the Secret SAL. So stay tuned. I can, though, and I will show you. And I'll show you more later. Part of Stitchy Kindness from Aaron of HathawayStitchers. I was sent this bird bag that also has mushrooms. Like, dude, these girls, like, they're like the little sisters I never had. Birds. Her bags are made. I hope I don't reveal a fabric or something. She puts like a pocket in the middle so that I didn't put anything out front because I didn't want you to see, because I can't share. I'll get kicked out of Fight Club. I'll get kicked out of Secret SAL Club. So that your patterns don't stick to the vinyl. So she has a pocket. These are, look at the scissors. Thank you. Thank you. And it actually came on a day last week that I really, really needed it. Hashtag Motif a week. And a 4 screw. Lost my train of thought again. And a 4 screw by Rosewood Manor. Hashtag Motif a Week is something that I conjured up this year to help me tackle these big, huge patterns, specifically for this one first, and then I'll move on to another that have all of these motifs. And I thought, well, what if I just get one done a week? If I just get one done a week, I'm going to make really good progress on this by the end of the year, right? So here's where I am. And I think since the last time I saw you, friends, I have done all of this. And I am well on my way to another page finish. I think by the next time you see me for sure. Because this is also one of my whip gull calls for March. So I'm going to be doing, and my goal on that was a motif a week. So I am going to be doing 2 motifs a week through the month of March. And March is a long month, so yeah, I am enjoying it. This is 46 count antique white, and all of the called for DMCs, which Jamie, just for your Jamie Pink Stitchers, Jamie, just for remember, she pulled all the flosses for this the other day and sent me a text message and said, "Holy bleep," and I said, "Well, yeah, honey." Yeah, it's like every green in the DMC library, every single one, and some blues and some grays and some yellows and some reds, lots of flosses. Okay, all right, that was all the hashtags, I believe. New starts. New start number 1 that I had to start because some of the hashtags were also new starts. Year of the Dragon, Ink Circles pattern. Oddball Feather Pants the Third was a new start. Fish and Ships was a new start. And Garden of Zig was a new start. So my next new start is Some Good by Deanna from Darling and Whimsy, who designed this pattern for Alicia at Resist Stitch. There are a group of stitchers that do a marathon, Stitchy Marathon, to raise money for missing or murdered Indigenous women and Two Spirits. So the hashtag is Marathon for MMIW2S. I hope. So Deanna put this pattern together for her last year, I believe, and then re-released it just for a limited time. I mean, at will, she can do that. It's her pattern. This year, and 100% of the proceeds are going to go to the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women. So definitely one of the clauses in my no-buy contract is patterns for charity. You can't stop me. Don't try. I will always buy patterns for charity. So there's the pattern. There's some good in the world, and it's worth fighting for. I started it on a piece of 46 count cold foam from Stitch Me. And I am so far using, for the trees, Night Stalker's Calling in the colorway Eleonora. Oh, so good. I mean, I just love, look how that's coming together. It's so perfect for the trees. And I think the middle might be, I pulled this Stitch Me. It's called Tree Hugger, which I had to buy because it was called Tree Hugger. But I'm not sure yet for the middle. Anyways, it is being housed in my very first, no judgments, please, no judgment, quilted. I did this. I quilted a bag, a project bag front. So this is my first foray into quilting. It is not perfect at all, even slightly. Mistakes are made, but it's mine, and I did it, and I can't believe that I did it because I never thought I would be able to quilt. There's just a salad on the front. This is from a mini charm pack that I got at Primitive Gatherings, and then there's just white, whatever, in the inside. But I did it. So watch for more quilting. Now I'm gonna get brave. Definitely a craftivism piece. Okay, whips. We're going long today. Yellow Submarine. Hi, Luna. Open your seat. Yellow Submarine. I'm showing you the bag. Yellow instead of the pattern. But isn't this bag awesome? This is the 805 stitcher. I love that. That's you, Luna. If you were underwater, that's you. Yellow Submarine, which I'm also going to use. This is my Whip Go call board. Whip Go board for March. This is in BlackBird Designs Magical Mystery Tour pattern. This is one of my get back into stitching pieces. I finished Octopus's Garden and then immediately started this. This is when I didn't know any better than 14 count Ada, and I was like, I better just use mostly the called for. I do have a few substitutions, I believe, but so this is where I am. And I would really just like, I wanted to get this done by February 13th. Luna. I really wanted to get this done by February 13th. That did not happen, so I would love to finish it by the end of the month. Oh my God. Weaver's Birds, I put some time into this. This is Weaver's Birds. I'm going way out of order, aren't I, today with everything. Weaver's Birds. This is a free pattern on, oh my goodness, you guys, I say it, magicalquilts.com. This was like a band sampler stitch along in 2019. So this is where I am. This is being done on Stitch Me 194. So I won this in a fight night. And I am stitching it with Silky Box. It should be Silky Box. Stitchy Box. Flower Silk in the colorway Jasmine, which I love. So getting some progress in on that one. Pipevine Swallowtail, Carolyn Manning. Manning May. Just another Manning Monday. Sarah Modcross has been trying to remind me that Mondays are Manning Mondays. And I have been trying to remember and remind her back and forth, or pay attention to her, and stitch on this on Mondays. And I have to correct myself. I did mention in a previous video that Pipevine Swallowtails were a bird. They are not. They are a butterfly. They are a beautiful butterfly that live primarily in the south and southeast portions of our country, and they feed mainly on pipevines, thus Pipevine Swallowtail. So, and she did a fantastic job with the coloring in this piece. I, of course, changed it a little bit to make it a little bit more southwest, but still in the same vein. This is a number 12 Stitch Co. 40 count. It was an ornament piece, so it do not have a name. And here are the colors that I am using. So very similar to the pattern, not too far off. I decided in the last couple Mondays that I worked on this, I've gotten all of this black outline and some of the black fill-in. I decided that if I knocked that out, then taking this out on Mondays to put a couple blocks of color in was going to be way easier for me. So hopefully in March, on the Mondays that I remember and that Sarah sings to me, I will finish up the black, and then I can just start filling in the color. because I'm kind of excited to get this done. I'm really craving more finishes again. I had finished a lot in January and I kind of fell off finishing, and I need to get back on that train. I need to ride that train. Next, I worked on my Tatri Journal. I am still, so this was a free pattern released by the Tirazane Initiative, put together by at xmasri, linked on Instagram. This was a daily, like, stitch a motif a day, to keep the Palestinians and the people of Gaza in the forefront of my mind and thoughts, because they are horrific tragedy and genocide happening there. I started it and I got a bunch in, and then I decided to tear it out and start it in to use different colors. So I am making my way around the circle. I have a few more to rip out, but otherwise I have filled in everything that I've ripped out so far. So I'm still pretty close to being on track. I haven't counted, but there's 330 motifs, so I will definitely have this in by the end of the day. Usually when I sit down to do this now, since it's all one color, I do like 3 or 4 at a time, and then I might not work on it for a few days, and then I'll do 3 or 4. So that is my Tatri's journal, and I am using now, this is 56 count antique white linen, 56 count, and I am using 3 colors of Tudor silk to be representative of the Palestinian flag. Next, I went to the Superb Owl. I didn't really participate much, like, in the stitchy rooms, a little bit at the beginning, but then I actually watched all the, like, most of the presentations. My son was home from college, so I did watch the Super Bowl. During the Superb Owl, I stitched on Una Owl, because I wanted to stitch on an owl for the Superb Owl. This is a piece by the Artsy Housewife. I'm also using this for the hashtag Artsy Fartsy sale that the Needle Minders and I, Sarah from Mod Cross, Miriam from Marumi Designs, and Nithya from Daybreak Stitcher are started in last August. Did we start that? Yeah. So I got all those plants in and started it on Una. I will be working on this more. And I did a conversion-ish. I used some called for, and then I chose my own adventure, as I do. I will be working on this more definitely next weekend, and then through March for Elizabeth Savory Sewing's birthday. She is starting Una Owl, so I will be taking Una Owl out to work on for your birthday. Elizabeth, happy birthday. And I can't remember if she has a hashtag or not. Do you? Do you have a hashtag? I'll have to look that. Hashtag Una Owl? Una birthday? I don't know. Next I worked on our Rogue Round Robin piece. And I have Miriam's right now. Our Rogue Round Robin team. Go back and watch my videos, because it just takes a lot of time to explain it. We're doing our own Rogue Round Robin of an Ink Circles design, because we didn't understand the assignment. Specifically, I didn't understand the assignment. Anyways, so the 4 of us, Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, Tara from Wilda Woman Crafts, and Miriam from Marumi Crafts, Marumi Designs, are exchanging ink circles, and we each picked a different one, so this is really fun. Miriam picked Victorian License, and she, because she's brilliant, and she sees color like nobody else's business, she picked this awesome, what color was this, Miriam? You have it in here. It's a 20 count Lugana in the colorway Raspberry. And this lighting is probably not doing this complete justice. And the floss is a sulky. And I always say, oh, these are sort of my plans, but subject to change. So I just decided that maybe this was a better term for what I do. Informal future endeavors in stitching. First of all, I need to kit this up. I got, at the end of last year, I think I bought this. It's a tufted titmouse. And then I saw in the background, Nithya, of your last video, I couldn't stop staring at it. And you stitched this on like the perfect purple / lavender. And it's took my breath away. So I need to find the perfect purple / lavender and stitch this piece on there. So I will be kitting this up. I can't stop. I keep thinking about, Nithya, I keep thinking about your finish of this. It's haunting me. Thank you. The next thing I'm going to start at some point this month, a Lotus protection charm. This was part of the Stitchers Collective Cancer fundraising pattern pack that they did last spring, I think. This is Miriam Marumi Designs Lotus protection charm. I am going to stitch this in colors, and this is what I've picked so far, and they're not even on a key ring or a, you know what, I had one laying over there. Lavender is universal cancer color. Periwinkle is esophageal cancer color. I don't want to get these wrong. White is lung cancer, which my grandma also passed from. White, green, liver. My grandpa had liver and brain. Liver and brain, green and gray. Yes. Oh, no. One of these is Hodgkin's, or lymphoma, universal lymphoma, because my aunt passed from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'll know better next time, and you'll see it started, and then we'll know. So those are my colors so far, and then I'll pick the liver cancer is like a Kelly green, a green. And I think I'm going to use Dusty Cottage, a piece of this Dusty Cottage, 22 count from Be Stitch Me. I think that'll look great. All the colors will look good on there, or will show up on there. So that will be my Stitch to Scream for FU Cancer. So those are my future endeavors and informal future endeavors in stitching. Let's do investments. There's some late arrivals from the end of last year. So even though I was trying no buy till July, which is now turned into intentional buy until July. I kind of went off the rails a little bit yesterday. I was self-soothing, like I said. So let's just show that first. So I went to the needlework shop, the sewing shop / the needlework shop in Wausau, Wisconsin. Pretty popular. I think there's a lot of, I've heard Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching mention that they've been there. I think Pam has family in Wisconsin. I can't remember. Anyways, so many patterns, so much fabric for quilting. You guys, friends, I was there for 4 hours. I needed. So I got a piece of Picture This Plus Valor. Not Valor, not at all. Velt, VELDT. I had not seen this, but they told me that this was used in some of the Year in the Woods patterns. I will use it. It's 40 count. I will use it for, you know, whatever. I also got a piece, like this was just kind of a ornament cut up, whatever. And there was no name on it. We think that it's Picture This Plus. She's pretty sure it was Picture This Plus, but not sure of the colorway. And I don't know if you, that's kind of true right there. Maybe. Yeah. So we're not sure. There's more green in it than I think was showing. Patterns, I kind of behaved myself. I did good. I did okay. I had, oh boy. Sorry. This was on the clearance rack. Not Forgotten Farm. Josiah Turner sampler. Josiah has my heart. It says, I hit my sister with a switch. For that my mother made me stitch. 1864. And then he's got my dog. Josiah Turner. 9 years. Oh my gosh, Josiah. Yeah, Josiah. A little Lizzie Kate. If at first you don't succeed, do what your wife said. I mean, can't hardly argue with that. Did I not know that Crosswing collection was from Wapaka, Wisconsin, which is right down the road from Wausau? Well, not right down the road, but not far. And not very far from me. So I got these adorable, beautiful sandhill cranes. This pattern is huge. There are blends and specialty stitches and all of the above. So do not ask me when I'm going to start this, but I am going to start this someday. It's 304 by 217. Baseball cross stitch. Throwback baseball cross stitch, because this is circa, oh my gosh, what year is this from? Can somebody tell me? 1988. So I can't show you, they don't have a picture, but of course the Milwaukee Brewers. Oh well, you can see Paul up here. Oh no, you can see Tim Leary. So see the Brewers. See this, the throwback, the Cooperstown. That's the pattern that's in here, and that's my favorite. Because I am a child of that era, the 80s. Yes, there it is. What a find. And the owner is a big Brewers fan. She had all these Brewers bobbleheads. So we talked Brewers for quite some time. And we both, at one point in our life, met Bob Uecker. Something in common. The Victoria Sampler, they had so many of these patterns by the Victoria Sampler, who she said are retired out of, like, they don't have patterns anymore. She wasn't sure if you can get them online. This is called Singing Free. It's a donkey. Sing like nobody's listening. This is going on my wall of positivity, Jan. It's going on my wall of positivity. Look at that donkey in the sunflowers. I gotta start that. That needs to be a start. And then I got the Nuthatch. Folk art birds. There are a few others. When I go back, if they're still there, it was meant to be. And the hummingbird, of course, the hummingbird. And then a new designer to me, Robin Pickens. Apparently, I was told she is a quilt designer who is now dabbling in cross stitch. Look at this. Pine Crossing. Look at that. And then the fabric in that finish is her, apparently her fabric. Mounted cross stitch is floated on winterly fabric. Winter landscape from Robin Pickens and Moda Fabrics. So she does fabrics for Moda. Very cool. I really like it. I'm glad I found her. Okay. Then Dot Goose on Etsy, here on YouTube, where are we? And on Instagram, did a bag sale. And Denise, I don't know if this was a one-off or if I know you were doing more because I watched your last Flosstube. Please go check it out. She made these bags. It says family rescue. Some of them have the word adopt. And they're all pets doing strange things. Like, I love it. Look at the frog on that dog's head. This is so fun. They're like traveling pets, adopt and rescue. For a dog in a shelter in Shawano County, Wisconsin, which is where she lives, who was shot. I'm going to try not to cry again because I can't understand how some humans can be so bad. The dog survived. It is with a good foster family, but of course the vet bills for this dog are outrageous. If you could imagine, it needed to have surgical procedures and etc. I'm sure some long-term care. So she is donating $2 from each of the bags that she is selling for the Atlee. The dog's name is Atlee. Thank you for doing that. Of course, I jumped on that right away. I will always support an animal in need. Okay, next. Before Christmas, I had put an order in with Kaylee Tent Stitch. Love Kaylee. Love her bags. Love her stuff. Love it. I don't know. Sorry for the crinkle. I don't know why I left that in there. Thought I was getting rid of it. Because I was feeling nervous about the no-buy, first of all. So I felt like I had to buy things. But, so the sewing shop, of course, is one of the places I wanted to go. Look at this bag. Look at this bag. What? Is that me or what? Kaylee always sends a card. So she felt bad that I got this like a month later, which I don't expect. Always great communication. Never ever worry that anything's going to come. I had also ordered, this is Avalanche. Some fabric. Avalanche in 40 count. No plans, just like them. This is Jellyfish Shibori in 40 count. Ooh, stop it. It could work. It could work. That might be for the cranes. Dear Lisa Frank. And this is a 20 count Ada. Look at that. Look at that. Miriam Oddball Feather Pants, the second Grandpa Children Pets. Go great on that. And 27.5 shades of gray, which also has like some purple undertones, and I just thought it was beautiful because I like anything with purples. So since she thought that I was getting these things too late, she threw in a free piece of fabric, and not just any like ornament cut, like here you go, like I would have been happy with, but no, 28 count linen, Lord of the Rings. Look at this. Look at this fabric. So here's my hope, because I'm like, what am I going to put? What would I ever even stitch in here that would do this fabric justice? When Cottage Garden Samplings comes out with their Hobbit house in their house series, I am hoping it will fit. I'm hoping it will fit, because why would I not put the Hobbit house in the Lord of the Rings fabric? Perfect, Kaylee. Thank you so much. So that is like segue into some stitchy kindness, because people are brats. I am such a better giver than I am receiver. I really am. Thank you. I just look at this look at the bird. Look at, oh, such detail. I just love it. Stitchy kindness. I'm just going to have to probably edit a little bit because we're at an hour and a half already. But I am not leaving this out because I was in disbelief. Let me switch some things around. Okay, HathawayStitchers. I was watching their video and they showed some patterns of these birds that they only had the like copies that their mom or their grandma had. Sorry ladies that I'm not remembering this exactly. And I said, oh my gosh, I was just searching for those, that there's a book of those patterns. I was just searching for those to try to find it. Like a couple weeks ago. Then was it the next video? You had, yeah, Amity, they explained how both Erin and her husband went searching for this book for her and both bought it. So they had 2 copies. I said, oh my gosh, that is so awesome and incredible, and how kind of them to do that for you, and not 1 but 2. I've been looking for that. Like, where did they find it? Not soon enough after I commented that, I got a message on Instagram saying, can we have your address? We'd really like to send you that extra copy. Oh, excuse me? Hello? Really? Okay. So here it is. So not only did those brats, and I say that in the most loving way, not only did they gift me, look at these birds. I mean, how could I not want to have these patterns? Look at these birds. You guys, look at these birds. They are fun and funky, and look at that owl. I can't even. I think I'm going to start with him. Not only they sent me the bag that you saw the Secret SAL in, but another bag. Erin is so talented. Erin is so talented. Look at the zipper pulls. that she makes out of, and these are hefty, man. Like, these are not going in. These are that she makes out of the fabric. And again, like I said, lining piece. Look at this. Just magnificent. You are both too kind. I am in awe and so thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I told them that they might get a thank you every other day for quite some time, because I just, that is just way too kind. Way too much. Way too kind. And like I said, it came this week when I really needed some love and light. So, Cross Stitch the Globe. Stephanie and Allison, I want to give away on their channel. First of all, love you, enjoy. Love you too, thank you. So here is the pattern that I won. The Prairie Schooler Noah's Ark. Because animals. Because animals. Those brats. Again, in the most loving way. Had to make me cry, because they also included another pattern. The hummingbird. Look at this old coated cross stitch kit, and it's a hummingbird. Thank you. I love you too. So incredibly kind. This community blows me away. Blows me away. At Cross Stitch Club on Valentine's Day, we got some gifts. This was from Linda. She gave us these really pretty counting pins. Thank you, Linda. Like, I'm like, oh no, I didn't bring a Valentine for everybody. Cindy gave us these stickers. Cross Stitching Genius. Fun. And Kathy Decker gave us a little bag of candy that I still haven't eaten, because I had it in the Stitchy Kindness box and forgot I had it. And like this little wooden finishing heart, perfect for Valentine's Day, and then some charms tied to their heart charm, and then some 2024. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies. There was another lady there, and I'm sorry I forgot their name, and they brought a cake to share for Valentine's Day. Yum. So thank you, really, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. This is just beyond. I am beyond appreciative. I really, really thank you. Gifts to share. Gifts for 500. Gifts for just being here. Gifts for being you. Gifts because I love to give. So, for the next video, I have this hands-on design pattern, Fancy Flamingo. So if you would like to receive this, please comment with the word fancy. Fancy for the flamingo, for the fancy flamingos. I have the Armchair Ornithologist. This is a pattern that was so nice I bought it twice. Because that happens. I actually got it with the being part of the Bird Club with Lindy Stitches, and then I didn't realize that I had it, and I bought it again. Armchair Ornithologist. If you would like this, please say armchair. So far we have Fancy Armchair. And I have this piece of 16 count Ada in the colorway Parchment from Night Stalker's Calling. Pretty mottled neutral. Very nice mottled neutral. So if you would like this, please say comment with the word fabric. So, Fancy Armchair fabric. And if you use that in a sentence, you get bonus points that don't count for anything. But it would be fun to read them all. Fancy Armchair fabric. Please be 18 so I can get your address. Don't say the words giveaway, prize, etc. You guys know the routine by now, right? I'm not sponsored by YouTube. If it gets lost in the mail, I wish I could help you, and I will feel horrible, but there's nothing I can do. Is there anything else I need to say about sharing? Yeah. Okay. And now I just have a little bit of yarn, and then you can go about your lives. I did start a new crochet blanket that's been taking up some of my time. I recently took a bunch of yarn to sell at a craft thing because I had way too much yarn. I'm not using it. It needs to be rehomed for somebody else to enjoy. However, I did pull out all of the 6-weight bulky, so super bulky yarn that I had. And most of the super bulky yarn that I have is in the colorways white, green, and yellow. Go pack go. So I said, I'm just going to start throwing those white, greens, and yellows into a blanket. They're all 6 weights, and it is going to be nice and warm. So this, my friends, is where I am. Very easy to finish a section during the episode of something at nighttime when we're sitting down to watch TV. Very easy because it's a 6-weight, because it's super bulky. I did have a couple skeins of other colors in super bulky, and I'll make like ear warmer headbands with those because everybody in my life seems to like those for the winter time. And then I made some progress on my muscle burrow hat. This is a pattern. I've talked about it before by Ysolda Teague. You can find this on Ravelry, or she does have her own website. And Ysolda, I just found out, is a queer maker and designer and is very active in advocating for that community. So now I love her even more. She just came out with a new sweater design, and I just ordered some yarn that you will hopefully see next time, or if they have to dye it the time after, to make a sweater called F Cancer. And I'm going to use her. 2 craftivisms, 1 stone. So here's where I am on my... I really need to get this done. On my muscle burrow. And there's my stitch marker. So since the last time I saw you, that's all the farther I did. Like, come on, Julie. Let's go. Again, this was a yarn from Lost Lake Yarns, which is local northern Wisconsin. And it's alpaca, merino, and nylon. So it is very soft. It is very soft. It's going to be a nice one. Okay, that's it. Next weekend, I'm going to that Stitchy Overnight at Primitive Gatherings. My soul is very happy. I'm going to need that. And I'm going to be fighting cancer. I'm going to start fighting cancer this week. So thank you for your positive thoughts, and pray if you pray, whatever. We'll take it right now. Thank you. Stitch or make what you love and that makes you happy. Be good humans. Be safe. Be kind. I love you. Peace.